The Arctic, a land of ice and snow, a harsh and unforgiving environment, yet it is home to a magnificent creature, the polar bear. The polar bear is the world's largest land predator. It is perfectly adapted to survive in this frozen world. Polar bears are found throughout the Arctic region. This includes countries like Canada, Russia, Greenland, Norway, and the United States, specifically Alaska. They are a vital part of the Arctic ecosystem. Their presence helps to keep the balance of nature. Polar bears rely on sea ice for their survival. They are incredible hunters, using the ice as a platform to hunt seals. Their keen sense of smell helps them locate seal breathing holes from afar. The Arctic is their kingdom and they are its majestic rulers. As winter approaches, female polar bears that are pregnant look for a place to den. They need a safe and secure place to give birth. The pregnant females dig dens in snowdrifts. These dens provide insulation from the cold. Inside the den, the temperature is surprisingly warmer than outside. This provides a haven for the mother and her cubs. The denning period is crucial for the survival of the cubs. They are born tiny and helpless, relying completely on their mother's milk. The mother polar bear enters the den in late fall. She gives birth usually to 1 to 3 cubs. During this time, she doesn't eat or drink. She relies on her stored fat reserves. The denning period can last for several months, during which time the cubs grow rapidly. Polar bear cubs are born blind and deaf. They enter the world in the safety of their snow-covered dens, completely unaware of the harsh environment that awaits them outside. These tiny creatures are incredibly vulnerable at birth. They are covered in fine, downy fur that provides little protection from the cold. This initial fur is not enough to shield them from the freezing temperatures of the Arctic, making their early days critical for survival. The cubs are completely dependent on their mother for warmth, nourishment, and protection. She is their lifeline, ensuring they stay warm by snuggling them close to her body. The mother polar bear nurses her cubs with her rich, fatty milk. This milk is crucial for their development, providing the necessary nutrients to help them grow strong. This milk helps the cubs grow quickly and develop a thick layer of blubber. Blubber acts as an insulating layer, protecting them from the extreme cold. Blubber is essential for insulation in the frigid Arctic environment. It not only keeps them warm, but also provides energy reserves for when food is scarce. The cubs spend the first few months of their lives huddled close to their mother, nursing and sleeping. This period is vital for their growth and bonding with their mother. Life in the den is all about survival and growth for the cubs. The den provides a safe haven from the harsh elements and predators outside. They learn important skills from their mother, such as how to walk and interact with each other. These early lessons are crucial for their development and future independence. As the cubs grow stronger, they start to venture out of the den for short periods. These excursions are their first taste of the outside world, preparing them for the challenges that lie ahead. By springtime, the polar bear cubs are big enough to leave the den. They emerge into a world of bright light and vast icy landscapes. This is a critical time for the cubs as they learn to navigate their new environment. The mother bear teaches her cubs essential life skills. This includes how to hunt, swim, and avoid danger. She is their protector and guide, leading them across the ice floes in search of food. The cubs are naturally playful. Their games are important for developing coordination and strength. They chase each other, wrestle, and practice their hunting skills. The cubs learn by observing their mother's every move. They mimic her actions, gradually gaining confidence in their own abilities. The bond between a polar bear mother and her cubs is incredibly strong. From the moment they are born, the mother bear dedicates herself to their care and protection. Her role is not just that of a caregiver, but also a teacher and a guardian. The mother is fiercely protective of her young. She remains constantly vigilant, always on the lookout for potential dangers that could threaten her cubs. She will defend them against any perceived threat. Her growls and defensive stance are enough to ward off many predators. This includes male polar bears, who can pose a danger to the cubs. The mother bear will confront even the largest males to ensure the safety of her young. The mother bear's love and dedication are crucial for the survival of her cubs. She provides them with warmth and nourishment, ensuring they grow strong and healthy. She teaches them everything they need to know to survive in the harsh Arctic environment. This includes hunting techniques and how to find food in the icy wilderness. The cubs rely on their mother for food and protection for at least the first 2 years of their lives. During this time, they learn essential survival skills through play and observation. During this time, they learn valuable hunting skills. These skills are critical for their future independence and ability to thrive in the wild. They also learn how to navigate the constantly shifting sea ice. This knowledge is vital for finding food and avoiding dangers in their ever-changing environment. The mother bear's guidance ensures that her cubs have the best possible chance of reaching adulthood. Her dedication and care are the foundation of their survival. The Arctic is a challenging place to raise a family. The extreme conditions and constant threats make the mother's role even more critical. Her unwavering love and commitment are what give her cubs the strength to face the harsh realities of their world. Section 6, growing strong. As the cubs grow older, they become more independent. They start to participate in hunts alongside their mother. Seals are their primary source of food. Polar bears have developed remarkable hunting techniques to catch these elusive creatures. They often wait patiently near seal breathing holes in the ice. When a seal surfaces for air, the bear strikes with lightning speed. Polar bears are also powerful swimmers. They can dive under the ice to catch seals from below. Their thick blubber layer and dense fur provide insulation in the frigid water. As the cubs become more skilled hunters, they learn to share the spoils with their siblings and their mother. This cooperative feeding behavior is essential for their survival. Section 7, challenges on the ice. Climate change is having a profound impact on the Arctic environment, and polar bears are at the forefront of this crisis. These majestic creatures, often seen as symbols of the Arctic, are facing unprecedented challenges as their icy habitat continues to shrink. The Arctic is warming at twice the rate of the rest of the planet. This rapid warming is causing dramatic changes in the landscape, affecting not only the polar bears but also the entire ecosystem that depends on the ice. This is causing sea ice to melt at an alarming rate. The once vast and solid ice sheets are now breaking apart, creating a fragmented and unstable environment for the polar bears. Sea ice is essential for polar bears. It serves as their primary platform for hunting seals, which are their main source of food. Without this ice, their ability to hunt and sustain themselves is severely compromised. They rely on it for hunting, traveling, and finding mates. The ice provides a critical habitat that supports their entire way of life, from feeding to breeding. As the ice melts earlier in the spring and freezes later in the fall, polar bears are forced to spend more time on land. This shift in their habitat not only disrupts their hunting patterns, but also exposes them to new dangers and challenges. This leads to increased competition for resources and can result in starvation, particularly for young cubs. The scarcity of food on land means that many bears, especially the younger and weaker ones, struggle to survive. The shrinking ice forces polar bears to travel longer distances in search of food. These extended journeys are not only exhausting but also dangerous, as they must navigate treacherous waters and unfamiliar terrain. This puts a strain on their energy reserves, making them weaker and more vulnerable. The physical toll of these long treks, combined with the lack of adequate food, leaves many polar bears in a precarious state. The future of polar bears is uncertain. As climate change continues to reshape their environment, the survival of these iconic animals hangs in the balance. Conservation efforts are critical to ensure that polar bears can continue to thrive in their natural habitat. Section 8, a future uncertain. The challenges facing polar bears are significant, but there is still hope. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these magnificent creatures and their fragile habitat. International agreements have been put in place to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. These agreements aim to slow down the rate of climate change and mitigate its impact on the Arctic ecosystem. Scientists are conducting research to better understand polar bear populations, their movements, and the threats they face. This information is crucial for developing effective conservation strategies. Protected areas have been established throughout the Arctic to safeguard critical polar bear habitats. These areas provide a safe haven for the bears, allowing them to hunt and raise their young with minimal disturbance. Section 9, a call to action. The plight of the polar bear is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet and the impact of human actions on the natural world. We all have a role to play in protecting these iconic creatures by reducing our carbon footprint, by supporting organizations involved in polar bear conservation. By educating others about the importance of climate action, we can make a difference. The future of polar bears hangs in the balance. Their survival depends on our collective will to address climate change and protect the Arctic ecosystem. Let us not fail them. Let us work together to ensure that these majestic creatures continue to roam the icy landscapes of the Arctic for generations to come.